Hello everybody, welcome to this video on lookup value in DAX. The lookup value function in DAX is a very simple yet very powerful way of fetching the value of a column in a data table when other columns value are equal to something. You can simply read it as select where statement in TSQL or similar to the way we lookup somehow works in Excel. The main usage of this function is when it is used inside other function. An input parameter, however, this function can be used on its own to return a value for a visualization. When you see the definition in Microsoft, it returns the value for the row that meets all criteria specified by one or more search conditions. So this is the syntax for lookup value. You have the resultant column, you have the search column, and you have the search value here. So using lookup, you can do one thing. You can get the unit price of an order ID, and at the same time, you can get the city name from this region table to this column if there is no relation between these two tables. Of course, there is a relation between these two tables that with respect to the index of this region ID and region. There is a region index in the region table and there is a region ID in the sales details, but this is not related in the model. In such cases, you can use the lookup value to get the value from this table to this table. Suppose you need to get the column to city from region, you can use the lookup value, you can get the value. At the same time, when using lookup value, you need to know that if there is a relationship between the result and the search tables in most cases, using related function instead of lookup value is more efficient and provides better performance. So lookup value, it will sacrifice the performance when there is a relation between these two tables. If it is related by that in the model, if it is related, okay, better to use related function instead of this lookup value. But there are times when you can't use the related function, that is when it is not having a relation. That time you can use the lookup value. Another thing is that this function is not supported for the use in direct query mode when used in calculated columns or row level security. So we can see two examples where the first example we are going to get the unit price of an order ID. And in the second example, we are going to get the column of city in the sales details. So we are having a data set. That data set, we are having a region table and the sales details. First, we will consider the sales details. In the sales details, we are going to give the 11004 order ID, and we need to get fetch the unit cost. So you need to get the 684.74 value when you're going to give the order ID. So we'll use the measure for getting the lookup for it. So right click and new measure. You can give the measure name as unit ID, unit price from for order equals to. You can give the lookup value and the resultant column. The resultant column is you need to get the unit price. That is the result. So unit price. And the next one is the search column. Search column, we need to give the order ID and what number you are going to search. That is 11004 you need to get. If you are not going to get the result in the search, you need to get the false statement. So the alternate result will be nil. You can give it as nil. And that's it. You can get a card and you can place the measure in the field. Yes, you are going to get 978.20. We will check whether it is correct. We have given 11004 and we got 9. Of course, we took this unit price column and we got 978.20. So the next example is we need to have a column in this sales details and we need to name the column as city and we need to transport this city with respect to the region ID to this table. So since we don't have the relation between these two tables, and also at the same time we are having an ID which is related to both the tables. We can't see any relation. They haven't created any relationship between these two tables, but of course we are having two IDs which are related. In that case, we are going to use the lookup value because we can't use any related function in this. So with the help of lookup value, we are going to transfer the city into this table. So we can create a column create new column, and we can give the column name of city equals lookup table, lookup value, and we have to get the resultant column name. That is this name, actually, the city name. So region, table, and city. And now we need to connect both the tables. Connecting both the tables with a key. That is region ID is here, and here index is there. So you need to specify these both columns. So you can give us sales region ID index with sales region ID. Yes, we got all the city names from this table, even though it is not related. So when you go to the city table, region table, you're going to get this city name we got in that other table. So when you go to the order ID, the order ID 11004 is having a region ID 49, and that is city is ESSENS. We can go to the region table and check whether the index is 49. So if you go to the region table and if you check the index 49, you can get the city as the same value we got in this sales details also. So in this way, lookup is used where tables are not related. You can use the lookup, but at the same time, if two tables are related, you can use related instead of lookup. Hope this example gave you insight about lookup function. Thank you. Have a nice day.